So the premise of this video is going to be reflecting around my recent heartbreak that was, as of next week, will be 1 year. The reason why I'm talking about this one in particular is this one stung the most, and that's likely just because it was the most recent one out of all of them. So I'm going to touch on that one. I'm going to talk about losing this relationship and what it taught me about being a man. This is something I feel like I've always known, but I haven't really become aware of it up until now. Once I transitioned careers and once I started coaching men, the more I start understanding what it's like to actually be a man, just because before I started doing this, I had to go out of my way to study all of this stuff and just learn how to improve my life and just become a better man. So I say this in a lot of my videos, but I like touching on it. So I'm a 29-year-old guy in a wheelchair. What's more relevant is I grew up in a household where it was just like my mom. So my real dad was never in the picture. I had a stepdad, but I never built a relationship with him. So I've always grown up without a father figure to teach me how to actually act as a man and what life is like as a man when it comes to dealing with women. Because of this last breakup, I have always worked, I've worked myself since 2016. So I've studied everything that you can imagine: sales, marketing, business, accounting, taxes, human psychology, human behavior, blah, 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 blah. But I've never studied actual things that would help my personal life and my personal relationships. I've always been good with women, and I never thought that I would even need to understand how a woman thinks, what she actually likes despite what she says, why they behave the way they do, how attraction between men and women work, how a man is supposed to be a man and how a woman is supposed to be one. I never studied any of this stuff, guys. So now, after this heartbreak, I started studying pickup, dating and relationship, attachment styles, what makes long-term relationships work, how to become more secure of a person, because going back to the attachment styles, my last relationship, I was more anxious. She was definitely avoidant. One of the things I learned once I moved into this house, just to give you an idea, is I found out that not only am I going through a heartbreak, I don't have my partner to help me comfort myself, but being alone fucking sucks. And I'm not good at being alone. I thrive in social environments. So after I film videos and do a little bit for work, I'm going to go to the gym or out somewhere in public with the dog just so I can go and be around other people and talk to other people. I do really well in social environments. Really well, dude. I'm a totally different guy outside in public talking to other people than I am in the house right now. So I had to teach myself how to go out in public and do things that I would only do with friends or my girlfriend. So I've got a long-haired European German Shepherd. I don't know, I have a cat from Ukraine too. She's not screaming now, but you might hear her pretty soon. And I just take the dog with me, and I'll go to a restaurant, or I'll just take him and I'll walk around different stores, and I'll just start talking to people and complimenting girls and just seeing who I can talk to or be around. That was a little challenging at first because I was like, well, I don't really want to go and do that. What if I'm not going to enjoy myself? And then once I get in the car and actually start driving, I'm like, all right, well, I've already done it, so now I got to commit to doing it. And then when I go out in public and I'm in these places, I'm like, dude, this is awesome. Being alone, being by myself, and getting out of the house, it's not that bad. This is fine. I relied on a woman to help me with happiness because I was unaware that I wasn't okay being by myself. Now I am. Now I'm totally fine being by myself. There are a lot of women that I've met in the past year, a lot, that I started talking to, went on dates with, and I just ended up getting ghosted, or they didn't want to do a second date, or they would agree to hang out with me and then ghost me. Back in the past, before I knew any of this stuff, I likely would have tried to follow up with these girls again. Now I'm like, no, I'm not even going to. You don't want to be a part of my life, that's your loss, not mine. I'm such a different, better man now than I was back before. Because again, back before this heartbreak, I didn't know anything that I do now. Let's touch on some of the things that what losing this last girl taught me about being a man. And again, this is all stuff that I've been aware of, but I haven't really been consciously aware of. So number one, women are going to come and go into your life sometimes just as fast as you met them. It is very rare that you're going to find a girl that meets the qualities of woman that you want to be with, and she's going to stay in your life for a long time, okay? Quality relationships are very, very difficult to find, and quality women that have the same value and that like you just as much as you like them are very rare to find, especially in today's day and age where women can get attention from men anytime they want. And that's what makes dating today a little harder is women, and this is from like a hypergamy point of view, but this isn't specifically on women, but women have an easier time dating and becoming in and being in relationships because all they got to do is just go talk to a dude that's giving them attention. Us men, we can't really do that. So what it taught me about being a man is if you want your life to be better as a man, you got to fucking build it. I know that if I want to get into a healthy relationship next time around, I have to put the effort to go and meeting a lot of different women, and then I've got to get really good at vetting these girls. And this is something I did not do with this ex. This is something I did not do before this ex. Now I am learning what it's like to date and vet women. And I will tell you right now, it's very lonely. When you start talking to women and you start dating women, most of them, either it's just not going to work out or you're not going to like them. And that's what's happened to me right now. I could have been in a relationship several times over the past year, but if I would have been in a relationship with these women, it would have been with women that display the same insecurities that either I had or what this girl had. And I don't want to be a part of that. Men's lives get better when you work to make it better. We're not handed a silver platter like women are for the most part. If you're a man and you want your life to be better, you got to fucking work for it. So losing this girl taught me that if I want to find another relationship that's healthy, I got to put the time, effort, and attention into meeting women that meet my criteria. And that also comes down to this. But I think I've already said it, but women are going to come and go. You're going to meet so many different girls that are just not going to like you. But do not be the guy that just clings on to the first piece of attention that you get. Like if you find a girl and you're dating her and you guys don't really get along, she might be having sex with you and you can get a relationship with her. Don't commit to being in a relationship with that girl because you're settling. Go ahead and explore your options just like a lot of women do, until you end up finding a girl that really does it for you, that meets all the criteria for you. Another thing that taught me about being a man is while your emotions matter, it's really not okay to express your emotions to women. They might say that they want you to open up and be emotional, but women are just not built to handle emotions from men. Women are not good at handling pressure, and women are not good at handling emotions from men. So what I had to learn from this girl, because I was very emotional with this girl. I remember I used to tell this girl, I'm like, why is it that whenever you're in a bad mood, I gotta fucking care for you, but every time you do something wrong and it bothers me, you act like you just don't fucking care. I'm like, you're dismissing my emotions and how I feel. That's not cool. I had to learn that if the woman keeps doing something, even though you've addressed it, the best thing you can do and the only thing you should do is just walk away. Because a woman's got to understand that if she keeps doing this, you're going to walk away. And if she could lose you, and if she really likes you, she'll come back and apologize. And that might be the only thing that's going to help her change her behavior. Silence is one of the strongest things that you can give a woman when it comes time to doing it. So if you're going to get emotional, if your girl's doing shit, or like let's say, for example, you lost your fucking job and you're freaking out and you don't know what to do, if you have to talk to your girl about it, whatever you do, if you do get emotional about it, you just have to tell her, listen, I know I was just venting you about doing this. I'm going to get a new job. I'm going to fucking work for it. I'm going to fix this and I'm going to get back on track. Don't worry about it. Okay, so whatever you do, a woman does not want to be your therapist, and a woman does not want to be your mom. So if you're going to get emotional around a woman, I would say don't, first of all. Men have been conditioned to be like stoic, and for good reason. And I had to learn that. Every time I expressed my emotions around this girl, she just did not know how to handle it. Could this be different with an emotionally available woman who understands her emotions? Possibly. But from what I've studied from other coaches, and to help me become a better person, this is just not a good idea. So instead of getting emotional, remember, stay cool, calm, and collected. Feminine nature is chaos. So the woman's going to freak out and get emotional. But you as a man, you're supposed to be calm. And I'm very emotional for a guy. So this is something I've had to put some fucking work into. This is something I've had to learn how to do. So not only do we have to work to get the things that we want in our life, we don't get handed shit like women do. And then now we're also, it's not a good idea to be like emotionally expressive to your woman simply because women are just not built to handle emotions from men. I'm learning, dude, it's fucking hard being a man. Women can just get away with all this shit because they're women. But us men, if we're not in a good mood, or if we're feeling sick, or we don't want to do something, we still got to go and fucking do it. But a woman, on the other hand, if she's not feeling good enough, she can just use that as an excuse to not go and do the thing. Men can't behave that way. And the last thing I want to touch on is just because this girl left your life doesn't mean it's the end of the world for you. Okay, my life has gotten, let me explain it this way. I'm healthier, I'm happier, I'm better looking, I'm richer, I live in a newer, bigger house, I've met more women, I'm socially more confident, my mindset's better as a man. Losing this girl is not the end of the world. There will be another woman and likely several women that you'll start dating. But that new girl that you're going to want to be in a relationship with that really checks off all your boxes and emotionally does it for you, the same as your ex or better, she will come into your life. I promise you, there are better looking girls that are emotionally better off for you and that want to be with you more so than the ex did that will come in your life, okay? There's better looking girls that are cooler and more fun to be around. It's just your job to go out and find that girl. And it's going to take time. I don't know how long it's going to take. It could be a week. It could be a year. It could be 2 years. But you just do not rush back into a relationship just because you want to rush back into a relationship. Otherwise, you're going to repeat the same mistakes that you did with your last girlfriend. Life goes on. Life gets better. This girl is not the last girl that you will ever be with. You will meet another woman that will likely be a better woman for you if you do what you need to do to improve as a man and learn what it is you're willing to put up with and what it is you're not willing to put up with. You will meet a new girl that you'll fall in love with, that to you will be that 10 out of 10, just like your ex was. And that relationship with that new girl is likely going to be better and you won't think about your ex anymore. Life goes on, you will meet more women, and your life will improve as a man. I think men's lives get better the older we get, as long as we keep doing what we need to do to live the life that we want, which is why I said that, like, if you want to get a new girlfriend, you got to actively go out of your way to meet new girls. If you want to get a better body, you got to actively go out of your way to start working out. If you want to get richer, you got to actively go out of your way to start making more money. Hopefully the couple concepts in this video, just to wrap it up. You have to work for things if you want it. You don't get handed stuff on a silver platter. And do not get emotional with women. There will be another girl that will come into your life. This is not the end of the world. Your life will go on, and it will likely get better as life goes on, as long as you do what you need to do to become a better man. So if you guys like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Listen, if you have anything you want to add to this video, leave it in the comment sections below for me and others to read. I would love to see what you have to say. And hey, if you're a guy right now that needs help in pickup, dating, or relationships, click the link in my description and book a one-on-one coaching call with me. Let me help you. I know I can. Work with me for an hour and let me help you become a better man that, I film these videos to try and help you do for free. And hey guys, if you like this video, man, check out this one right here. You're going to like that one as well. And gentlemen, I will see you in the next one.